All right, so get this. We're diving into Nikola Tesla's mind today. Specifically, how his imagination might have fueled his crazy inventions, you know?
Yeah.
And we've got some sources that really lean into this whole law of attraction thing, manifestation, all that.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
brought in our expert to help us, sort through it all.
Absolutely happy to be here. And what's really interesting about Tesla is this idea that he didn't just, tinker in a lab. It's like he lived inside his inventions before they even existed.
Okay.
There's this story about him mentally building and testing and refining these devices all in his mind.
Okay, that's a little wild, but is that really unique to Tesla? I mean, we all use our imaginations to some extent. Was he just really good at visualizing, or was there something more?
That is the big question, right? Elite athletes, they use visualization to improve performance. Your brain kind of fires the same pathways, whether you're actually doing something or just vividly imagining it.
Right.
But Tesla seemed to take it to a whole other level.
Yeah, because our sources go on to say that his imagination was somehow tapping into this deeper power. This idea that thoughts have energy and emotions kind of direct that energy. And they even connect it to the law of assumption, where just feeling the reality of your wish is key. Now, I'm not sure I'm buying all that just yet. What do you think?
Well, it is true that the subconscious mind, it doesn't always know the difference between real and imagined experiences. Think about a vivid dream. It feels totally real while you're in it.
Right.
So if Tesla was constantly feeling the reality of his inventions, could that have actually influenced his process, his drive, even his problem solving?
Interesting point. But how much control do we really have over our reality just through thought alone?
Yeah.
Is there any science to back this up?
Well, there's definitely research on the placebo effect, right? We're just believing a treatment will work can actually lead to physical changes.
Right.
But then applying that to manifesting specific outcomes, like inventing a new energy source. That's where the science gets a little fuzzy.
Yeah, correlation doesn't equal causation. Just because someone visualizes something and it happens, it doesn't mean their thoughts caused it to happen. There could be tons of other factors.
There's sure tons of other factors. And that kind of brings us to a slippery slope in our sources, this claim that everything is energy. They try to ground this in science by saying matter is condensed energy, which is true.
Okay.
But then they jump to quantum physics, suggesting that Tesla's insights were aligned with it. And that's where things get a little woo-woo.
Right. It seems like every self-help guru out there is trying to use quantum physics to justify their claims. But does it actually hold up?
Well, quantum physics is incredibly complex. And it's so easy to oversimplify it. There are some fascinating theories about the role of observation in quantum mechanics.
Right.
But, those are still theories.
Theories.
Yeah.
So are we saying that Tesla's insights don't actually align with quantum physics?
It's more accurate to say that some people have interpreted quantum physics in ways that seem to support Tesla's ideas. But drawing a direct connection is a stretch. We need to be careful about, extrapolating from complex science to personal experience.
Okay, that makes sense. But let's get back to Tesla and this manifestation idea. Our sources outline a specific manifestation sequence that they claim he followed. It's actually quite structured, which I found surprising.
It's not just wishing and hoping. It starts with clarity.
Yeah.
Having a super clear vision of what you want. Tesla had these detailed mental models of his invention. So for us, that means really defining our goals, not just vaguely wishing for success.
I see where this is going. It's not enough to just think about your goal. You have to really get specific about what it looks like, feels like, even smells like. Almost like you're experiencing it right now. Is that what they mean by feeling the reality of your wish?
Exactly. It's about going beyond just intellectually understanding something. And tapping into a deeper level of emotional immersion. Some people might call it self-hypnosis. Convincing your subconscious that what you want is already real. And that's where the challenge comes in, right? Because it's not enough to just have a fleeting feeling. The source really emphasizes this persistence, maintaining that belief even when reality seems to contradict you.
Yeah, totally. I mean, we all face setbacks, right? Things don't always go according to plan. And it's easy to get discouraged and start doubting yourself, especially when you're trying to manifest something big.
Exactly. And that's what makes Tesla's story so inspiring. He faced so many obstacles, like financial struggles, skepticism from the scientific community, even sabotage from his rivals, but he never wavered in his belief.
It's like he could see that end goal so clearly that the present-day challenges just didn't faze him. So, okay, let's say you've got the clarity, the feeling, and that persistence. What's next in this manifestation sequence?
Well, the source calls it inspired action. It basically argues that action shouldn't be like this desperate scramble or, trying to force things to happen. It should kind of flow naturally from that assumed reality, almost like a byproduct of your belief.
So it's not just about sitting around visualizing all day. You actually have to do something.
Oh, absolutely. Action is crucial, but it needs to be aligned with your intention. It's about taking steps that feel guided, intuitive, almost effortless, like you're just following the breadcrumbs laid out by your subconscious.
I see. I see. So instead of feeling like you're constantly pushing uphill, you're more in this flow state, allowing things to unfold naturally.
Exactly. And that brings us to the final piece of the sequence, detachment. Our sources suggest that Tesla didn't worry about specific outcomes because he just knew his inventions would work. It's about surrendering control, trusting the process, and having faith that the universe will deliver in its own way.
Okay, that's a tough one, right? Most of us like to be in control, to know exactly how things are going to play out, but this detachment thing, it almost sounds like surrender.
It does, doesn't it? It's about letting go of the need to micromanage every detail and trusting that the path will unfold as it should. And this brings us back to a central theme in our sources, this power of belief. They highlight Tesla's unwavering conviction, suggesting that to manifest something, you got to truly believe it's possible.
I can see how that makes sense. If you don't believe in yourself and your vision, who will? But isn't there a danger in taking this belief thing too far? I mean, at what point does it become delusional?
Oh, that's a valid concern for sure. Belief is incredibly powerful, but it's not a magic bullet. Think about the placebo effect we talked about earlier. Belief can create real measurable changes in our bodies, but it also has its limitations. You can't just believe yourself into becoming a millionaire or, curing a serious illness.
Right. It's not about denying reality or ignoring facts. It's more about cultivating a mindset that empowers you to take action and overcome challenges.
Exactly. Belief can amplify your efforts, but it can't replace them. Hard work, perseverance, making smart decisions. Those are all crucial pieces of the puzzle.
So it sounds like belief sets the stage, creates the possibility, but then you have to actually step onto that stage and do the work.
That's a great way to put it. And it's not just about external action. It's about aligning your internal state with your desired outcome. If you want to attract abundance, but you're constantly worrying about money, those conflicting thoughts and feelings can actually sabotage your efforts.
Yeah, like you said earlier, it's about tricking your subconscious mind. Or maybe working with it to create the reality you want.
Okay, so let's bring this back to our listener for a moment. Do you believe in the power of your own mind to shape reality? It's a big question, and there's no right or wrong answer.
What's important is being open to exploring these ideas, to be curious about the potential of your own mind. I mean, we've seen how powerful belief can be even in scientific studies.
It really makes you wonder, what else are we capable of if we truly harness that power?
Yeah, it really is mind-blowing.
It makes you wonder if we're only scratching the surface.
Right. Okay, so we've been deep in Tesla's world, his imagination and this whole manifestation idea. What are some key takeaways for our listeners?
Well, we started with Tesla's genius, not just being technical.
Yeah.
It was about fully immersing himself in his inventions, like living in them mentally before they were real.
And that led us to this idea that thoughts have energy. Emotions direct that energy, like the foundation of the law of assumption. It's not enough to just think about your goal. You got to feel it like it's already real.
Right. And we talked about the subconscious mind, not always knowing the difference between real and imagined. That's where feeling the reality of your wish comes in, almost like tricking your mind.
But of course, we had to talk about the everything is energy thing and whether Tesla was really aligned with quantum physics. I think we agreed it's a stretch to connect them directly.
Yeah, definitely. Quantum physics is cool, but it's often oversimplified. We need to be careful about applying those theories to everyday life.
But even without quantum physics, there's still a lot here. We broke down the manifestation sequence. Clarity, feeling, persistence, inspired, action, detachment. Each step building on the last to make dreams reality.
And through it all, it came back to belief. Tesla had unshakable belief in his vision. It fueled him. But we got to balance belief with action, right? It's not just wishing. It's about taking action that aligns with your goals.
So belief creates the potential and action brings it to life.
Exactly. And it's a cycle. As you take action and see results, your belief grows stronger, which fuels more action.
Like a feedback loop pushing you forward.
Exactly. So much we've covered. Some of it might seem out there, but if you could take away one thing, what would it be?
Good question. I think it'd be don't underestimate your own mind. We get so caught up in the external world, the doing, the achieving, that we forget the power we have inside.
I love that. It's easy to dismiss these ideas as woo-woo, but when you look closer, they connect with psychology, neuroscience, even quantum physics to some extent. There's so much we don't know about the mind, but it's clear our thoughts and beliefs impact our reality.
So maybe Tesla wasn't just brilliant. He was a master of his own mind. using his imagination and belief to shape the world.
Maybe there's a little Tesla in all of us, just waiting to be unleashed.
Ooh, I like that. All right, one final thought for our listener. If you could feel one goal being achieved right now, what would it be? And how would that feeling change what you do today?
That's powerful. It makes us step out of our current reality and into the one we want. And who knows, maybe that's all it takes to get things moving.
Awesome. Well, on that note, I think we'll wrap up this deep dive. Thanks for joining us on this exploration of Tesla and the power of the mind. Keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep believing.
It's been a pleasure. And to our listener, remember, this journey of self-discovery is ongoing. Embrace the process and never stop exploring your potential.